Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hello everyone, checking in on the market. So who's going? The market bulls don't care. They bought the dip and we closed strong right about where we closed yesterday, as if the news never happened. So we're watching a tightening range. We got data coming out on Friday, jobs numbers, and we're looking for that to potentially break the tightening range. Right now what I'm looking at is 270.20 support, the low of today, and then the top of this little bounce of this week is 273.39. The bulls want to break that level tomorrow. If they can't, we're going to have a nice tight range to be watching on Friday. If they do break that level, we're looking back at the top here of 278.92. Still monitoring the weekly time frame that's tightening up. We have our high, low, lower high, and the bulls are grinding this middle Bollinger Band support. Normally on an equilibrium pattern, I would have anticipated a little bit more of a pullback for this higher low, but looks like that's not going to be the case at this point. We'll all see how it goes on Friday. That will be very telling. But as of right now, the key resistance is 278.92. If the bulls can break that level, we're looking right back at the all-time high. As far as I'm concerned, the weekly chart is certainly still in an uptrend. We had no consolidation all summer and fall and winter, and this big pullback, but still forming higher lows from that point. So if we lose this low of 264.82, that is the clear bear signal in my opinion. And as of right now, the bulls are holding on above that level. Checking in on the Dow, we have a bit weaker, very similar setup. Same thing though, I'm watching the low today, 24,535, and the high of this little bounce of 24,995. Looking at the weekly time frame, things are tightening up. The key support right now is 24,217, and we're watching the tightening range, and how we break from this tightening weekly pattern is going to be very significant for what to expect to start Q2 2018 in my opinion. And we will be watching for volatility to pick up again, and it's still pretty high compared to what we came from, but we will looking for volatility to pick up again once this weekly pattern does give us a more clear break. IWM is the clear lead bull out of the three so far, following through, big follow through over the high of the bounce at this point. It was a little bit of a laggard on this bounce originally, but certainly making up for it now. Increased bull volume, and what stands out to me is the closes. Look at how strong we're closing at the end of the day. That's showing bull momentum. So 156.93 and then 158.42, and then just like that, we're again looking back at the all-time high. So it's a different weekly setup. We have our high, low, and now we don't have a lower high because the bulls broke it. Look at the weekly bull MACD cross ready to go. So I'm keeping an eye on IWM to be a potential leader, and just in the sense that we might see, you know, if the Dow were able to break 25,800 and SPY were able to break 278.92, that's essentially what IWM just pulled off on the weekly time frame. And again, lack of resistance until we get to that all-time high. Checking in on VIX. VIX is slowly fading back down to key support. We are still anticipating a higher low to form on VIX comparative to the low of 1529. So bulls after 4 red days trying to form a higher low at that level, and overall the weekly time frame still consolidating from the breakout, and the bears, you know, having big time gains. And that's something that many traders do time and time again. When you're in a bull market, just buy or short VIX, short UVXY on big spikes, buy puts long term out, and the time decay plus the overall bullish uptrend of the market usually gives a really nice payday time and time again. And eventually it won't work, but the majority of the time, it's certainly been working for years. And on this move, you know, any bearish entry from $30 to $50 has given big time gains on this pullback. So VIX still has some hope for the bulls. We broke the lower high pattern. We are trying to form the higher low. We need a bullish reversal candlestick to form. The sooner the better. And if we do not see that, and if we do break 1529, that is a big time red flag for the VIX bulls. So that's where we stand heading into tomorrow, and not expecting a ton of action tomorrow. I think Friday is going to be what everybody's waiting for, but if we do break the high of this bounce on SPY, that will just shift the odds a little bit more in favor of the bulls overall. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.